frickin' ball. That was my nightmare. I was a pitcher in high school and college. I spent hours practicing this little move right here, how to go, how to do this. As soon as this arm's going this way, this is going that way, those two offsetting forces, this going this way and that going that way, is what keeps you centered. All right. I had a very good teacher who probably knew more about a golf swing than anybody I've ever been around and anybody I've ever worked with in my entire career. His name's Joe Nichols. Most of you have probably never heard of him. My website, I'm going to do a segment on Joe Nichols. You should all watch it. Because he had an insight to the game relative to getting people to hit the ball better that was incredible. He could get people, old ladies, kids that had no strength, all of a sudden compress a golf ball. Now, the things that he did didn't look right relative to what we're used to seeing. But he knew how to offset the momentum. He called it directing momentum. He knew how to get the momentum of the club working and going, and then how to speed it up and make it work correctly. All right, so if I was to hit a baseball, all right, so here comes the ball. The minute my arms, not when I'm doing this, but the minute my arms move independent of my body, where does my body go? Those two offsetting forces is what keeps my body centered. Tennis ball bounces, you're going to hit a forehand. Okay, now you can start to go this way, but the minute your arm starts to go here, your body starts to go the other way to offset those forces. So one of the first lessons I took with Joe, I got up to hit a ball. I got up here, and here was my setup, and I got up there. I had this. I was practicing standing right here, and then going. And he says, "You're so static, it's incredible." I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Well, your change of directions is off."
You mean moving off the ball?
Whatever you want to call it. So he says, "I'll tell you what. He says, why don't you get ready to go? Now I'm going to give all of you 4 options here. When do you think the change of direction starts?" First option is right here. Second option is when the club gets to about waist high. Third option is when the club gets to about shoulder high. And fourth option is when you get to the top. 1, 2, 3, or 4. How many vote for 4? Okay. How many vote for 3? How many vote for 2? How many vote for 1? 1. The minute that your arms and the club start back, your lower body starts going the other direction. Now it's not visible. See, you guys, you miss the game because you're trying to look at visible things. You're offsetting forces. So the minute that my arms start going this way, my body feels like it's going the other way. Now, I'm still putting pressure into the ground. Another big word that's very misleading is weight shift. There is no weight shift in a golf swing. It's transfer of force, not weight. This is weight shift. Okay? Here's what you're doing in a golf swing. You're not trying to shift weight. As soon as you tell somebody you're going to work on their weight shift, their brain now has connected a pattern that says, shift your weight. And now they stand